All right, so have you ever wished, you had a website genie, like one that could grant all your, dev wishes without having to deal with the agency headache?
Okay, I like where this is going.
Because today's deep dive, I think, is making me think that Digital Tap might just be that genie.
Ooh, intriguing.
So picture this unlimited web dev and maintenance,
Yes.
right? All for one monthly fee, no contracts, UK-based.
Okay.
What are your initial thoughts on that?
Well, it's certainly, it definitely challenges the traditional way that, that these things are done. It's interesting how Digital Tap is kind of positioning themselves as a disruptor
Yeah.
in the web dev world by offering a model that could be way more flexible and potentially budget friendly, right?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so let's unpack this whole web dev on tap idea.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, it's catchy, right?
Yeah.
Their materials describe a pretty straightforward three-step process.
Okay.
So you upload your website to-dos, you collaborate with their team, directly on their platform,
Got it.
and then boom, your changes are live.
Wow, efficient.
Yeah, and they seem really keen on making both the platform and that collaboration aspect user-friendly. What are your initial thoughts on that?
The emphasis on collaboration and having a really smooth workflow is key. It suggests that they get it,
Yeah.
They understand that transparency and efficiency, these can be such pain points when you're dealing with the traditional agency model,
Totally.
especially for businesses that are used to, that more disjointed back and forth.
Right, exactly. And that kind of got me wondering, who is this service designed for?
Yeah, good question.
Because it seems like they've cast a pretty wide net.
Okay.
Their marketing materials
Yeah.
mention everyone from solopreneurs just needing a few tweaks
Right.
to big companies that are juggling multiple websites.
Oh, wow. Okay, so a pretty wide range.
Yeah.
Got it.
And that's where their three-tier pricing structure comes into play. Essentials, e-commerce, and enterprise.
Okay, a tiered system like that is smart because it allows them to really cater to a broad market.
Right.
It's like choosing the right subscription plan for, your favorite streaming service.
Yes, exactly.
But for your web development needs.
I love that analogy. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So let's break these tiers down a little bit.
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
So Essentials, their most affordable option,
Right.
clocks in at $779 per month.
What?
And they're pitching this as, quote, ideal for those who need extra capacity without contract or agency fees,
Right.
which sounds like a pretty good deal
Yeah,
for someone needing, regular front-end and back-end support.
it does.
Now, for those who might not be super familiar with those terms, front-end is basically anything you see and interact with on a website.
Okay.
Well, back-end is all the behind-the-scenes kind of tech stuff.
Right. That makes it all work.
That makes it work. Exactly.
Got it.
What are your thoughts on that distinction?
That's an important distinction to make because it implies that they're handling both the visual and the technical aspects
Right.
of web development, which could be a huge time saver for businesses that maybe don't have that in-house expertise
Oh, for sure.
in both of those areas. Yeah.
Good point. Now, moving on to their e-commerce tier.
Okay.
This one's aimed squarely at, you guessed it, online businesses.
Makes sense.
At $1,449 a month, it is pricier than Essentials.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But for that price, you get dedicated support, advanced customizations from their developers,
Okay.
and features that are tailored specifically for e-commerce. What are your thoughts on that?
The jump in price kind of suggests a pretty significant increase in the level of service and support they're offering.
Right.
It does make you wonder, does this tier include things like, performance optimization for online stores?
Well, that's a really good question.
Which can be very technical.
Yes.
And often has a very direct impact on sales conversions.
That's a great question, and it speaks to that whole value comparison between this model and a traditional agency,
Exactly.
which we'll have to see if their materials kind of delve deeper into.
Okay.
Now, their top tier, enterprise, this is for the big leagues.
Okay, the big dogs.
Yeah. Think large companies needing constant development and upkeep across multiple websites.
Oh, wow.
They haven't slapped a specific price tag on this one. It's more of a let's talk situation,
Right.
which usually translates to if you have to ask.
You probably can't afford it.
Exactly. But for a cool $4,199 a month, you're definitely getting the VIP treatment.
Wow. Multiple websites, potentially complex integrations, ongoing maintenance.
Yeah.
I mean, the needs of those enterprise-level businesses are just on a whole other scale.
Totally.
It is interesting that they offer that level of service through the subscription model.
It is. And here's another key thing I wanted to touch on. They're not a one-trick pony when it comes to platforms.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
They work with all the major CMS and SaaS options.
Okay.
So basically, whether your site is built on something super common like WordPress or like a more niche platform, they've got you covered.
That's huge. I mean, that really speaks to their adaptability and their ability to work with all these different kinds of companies
Right.
who have these different tech stacks.
Yeah.
So not being limited to just a single platform really strengthens their value proposition.
Sure.
It means they're not just offering a Band-Aid solution.
Right.
They're aiming to be a true web development partner, regardless of what a business relies on,
Exactly.
technology-wise.
Yeah, I like that. A true web dev partner.
Hmm.
Speaking of value, it's not always just about the tech side of things, right?
Right.
It's also about results. What are you actually getting?
Yeah, for sure.
And Digital Tap seems, at least from their materials, pretty confident in theirs.
Okay.
They've got a whole section on their website dedicated to testimonials from some, honestly, big names.
Yeah, and testimonials can be super powerful, right? Because it's one thing for a company to, toot their own horn.
Right.
But when you hear from real clients talking about their actual experiences,
Yeah.
it just adds, it adds a layer of authenticity for sure.
Totally, totally. And so let's dive into some of these glowing reviews.
Okay, let's hear it.
We've got Metaverse Beauty World.
Mm.
And they are raving about how Digital Tap brings their designs to life.
Interesting.
Which, for a company that is, deep in the visual world of the metaverse,
Right.
probably means a lot.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Then there's Lemonade Dolls. Their CEO claims that Digital Tap helps them, quote, optimize and support their online sales.
Okay, now that's huge.
What do you make of that?
That's a very specific benefit.
Yeah.
That really gets to the heart of what any e-commerce business is going to care about the most,
Right.
sales.
Oh.
So it really suggests that, Digital Tap doesn't just build pretty websites. They understand the more technical aspects
Right.
of running an e-commerce business
Yeah.
and how to actually drive conversions.
I was they're saying, we don't just make the shop window. We bring in the customers, too. Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's not just those two companies. Cult London, a fashion brand, love how the platform makes it easy for their team to collaborate on projects.
Oh, interesting.
So again, it seems like that user-friendly, collaborative approach that they emphasize, really is resonating with their actual clients.
It's really interesting to see these testimonials coming from such a diverse group of companies.
Right.
You've got beauty, fashion, potentially even companies operating in the metaverse.
Yeah.
It suggests that this model, this Digital Tap model, might actually be adaptable to, a wide range of industries
Yeah.
and business models.
It does. It does. But it does make you wonder, though, what are the potential downsides
Oh, yeah.
to this, web dev on tap approach?
Right, because it can't all be good, right?
Right. Because it sounds amazing so far.
Yeah.
But is it all, sunshine and roses?
Right, exactly. I mean, that's the million-dollar question. And while, this deep dive is definitely highlighting some potential benefits,
Yeah.
it's also crucial to think about the possible trade-offs,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. Good point.
For example, one thing that comes to mind immediately is customization.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right.
So with a fixed monthly fee, how much wiggle room is there
Right.
for
Okay.
that bespoke development work?
Right, exactly. And it kind of makes me think of those all-you-can-eat buffets.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of choices, but
Right.
you might not find your absolute favorite dish,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's about understanding the limitations
Right.
of any model, really.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's that old saying, right? The devil is in the details.
Totally.
A slick platform and a tempting price.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Right.
If the communication isn't there, or you can't get those finer details just right,
Right.
it might not be the dream solution that's, presented to be.
It's about finding the right fit, I think.
Right.
Yeah, for your needs, your specific needs
Yes.
and your working style.
Yeah.
This model, this Digital Tap model could be, revolutionary for
Right.
some businesses, right?
Yeah.
Especially ones who have really struggled with using that traditional agency model.
Yeah.
But for others, they might find that those potential trade-offs
Yes.
in terms of, communication, customization, having that personal touch,
Right.
those are deal breakers.
Yeah.
So it's really about,
Weighing those pros and cons.
yeah. And it's like that classic kind of, trade-off, right?
Right.
Like flexibility and affordability on one hand.
Yep.
Potentially like limited bespoke service on the other.
Exactly. Yeah.
So like what's the verdict? Is
Mhm.
Digital Tap like the web dev dream team that like we've all been waiting for?
I think that's the beauty of like a deep dive like this, right?
Yeah.
There's never really like a one-size-fits-all answer.
Right.
They present a really compelling, I think, alternative
Okay.
to that traditional agency model.
Yeah.
And the web dev on tap concept is, I mean, it's intriguing.
Yeah.
It's undeniably intriguing. But I think, like with any, important business decision,
Right.
you need that healthy dose of critical thinking.
Yes, 100%. Really weigh those benefits, what could be the potential benefits,
Right.
against your unique needs,
Yeah.
and your priorities. And that's going to be key in determining, like, is this model right for you?
It's like anything else in the business world. Like there's no like magic bullet.
Right. There's no silver bullet, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But hey, at least Digital Tap gives us like another option to explore.
Exactly. Exactly. And I think that's what we want to do here on the show.
Is
Just to get people thinking.
Yes.
Get those wheels turning.
Give them some food for thought.
Exactly. Yeah, food for thought. Because who knows? Maybe this is the future, right? Subscription-based web dev, maybe that's it. Or maybe it's just another tool
Right.
in the toolbox.
In the ever-expanding toolbox.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Well said. I think this deep dive has given us plenty to ponder.
Likewise. Likewise.
Until next time.